How much does an MC charge when they do an event? You know, you probably have seen MCs on stage and you're like, wow, I wonder what they're getting for that. Today we're going to talk about the different levels of charging, how much you can get as an MC, and sort of the process of how you can do that for yourself. I'm excited to take you through this. If you're an MC, this video is for you. First of all, there's the rookie level. The rookie level, I would say, is between $100 and $500 to MC an event. Now, you might be watching this and you're like, I charge way more than that. Okay, good, you're not a rookie anymore. But if you are just starting out, getting $100 for a gig as an MC is a really cool thing, let's be honest. How cool is it to get money to be a master of ceremonies and invite people to stage, introduce, tie everything together? It's a really cool thing. So $100 to $500 is a rookie level, in my opinion. This mostly means that you have limited experience in doing this, and that's okay. That you need to just be upfront with the client and say, hey, you know, I've only done a few of these, but I do charge $100 or I do charge $500 for these, and then they'll fall within where their budget is. These would mostly be local gigs, things that you don't have to travel very far for, so you can just drive there and do them in a very simple fashion. It also may mean that you have a limited personal brand at this point, which maybe you have no website yet, or you don't have video of you emceeing yet. That's why you want to stay in this rookie phase where you can get low fees, but you can get it filmed. You can start to build up your credibility. You can put together a nice website, a nice video, some social media presence, and then your name will start building so you can move up to the next phase. The semi-pro level is the next phase. You see, we're gonna jump right past 500 and go right to 1,000 to 5,000. That's a semi-pro range. Now, what's interesting about that range is that there are a lot of people in that spot. It's kind of the perfect sweet spot MC fee spot. If you're really thinking, you know, I want to make a career of this, I'm happy to do lots of gigs. There's obviously a difference between doing multi-day events and then just one MC opportunity either in the morning or in an award ceremony, so you're gonna have to navigate that as well. But 1,000 to 5,000 per day as an MC is a really great amount to be at. This also means that if you're in this fee range that you have moderate experience. You've been doing this for a little while, you're getting better, your name is starting to get recognized, you have that brand recognition, you have a nice website, a nice presence on social media. People are starting to talk about you as a great solution as an MC. And these are usually people without that much footage of them MCing. And so you really want to get a fee where you can go in and say, I want some video, I need testimonials, I need to show what I can do on stage. And one of the benefits of that is that once you capture that, you put together a sizzle reel, a preview reel of your demo of what you do as an MC that's going to move you up into the next tier. So now we're talking the pro level. We just did beginner, rookie, then we did semi-pro. Let's talk about pro level. Here's what's cool about pro level. Those are like $10,000 and up. So we've skipped right past 5,000, I know. But I want you to know that once you hit pro, you're getting $10,000 a day as an MC or more. This means you have national credibility. People are talking about you. Bureaus are sharing you with their clients because they're like, this is the best MC you can have. These are people that have the ability to be referred by everybody. I have my favorites that I refer, and they're all in that 10,000 plus per day range. Here's what's also interesting about these speakers at this range. They might not be a full-on celebrity, but they are a niche celebrity. In other words, they have fame within the ability of the market that they're good at. So they're known as a great MC for corporate events. They're known as a great MC for nonprofits. They're known as a great MC even for award shows and other things like that. Their social media is awesome. They have great marketing. They're consistent with it. They're constantly sharing their newsletter. They're letting people know about what they do. These are people that are so easy to refer. One other thing that you can't ignore is they are highly skilled public speakers. Most great MCs either started as a comedian and turned into a great MC, or they're great public speakers and entertainers who become an MC. If you want to check out some of the great entertainers that have become MCs and great speakers as well, I'd love for you to check out another video on this channel that goes into more depth on this subject. Just type in how to be an MC at an event and go see some of those great people there. Let's keep on rolling as to how you can create your fee as an MC. Now imagine someone like Ryan Seacrest getting asked to be an MC. That's a completely different level. That's even way beyond pro level. That's celebrity level. He's getting $150,000 per gig. And that's on the low end. And so we're talking way different fee levels for celebrities. And so when you reach that level, I'm excited for you. I'd love for you to let me know how it goes. Here's some factors that influence MC fees. First of all, your skill set. How great are your communication skills? Are you articulate? Are you able to string words together well? Do you have audience engagement? Are you able to keep an audience interested in all that you're doing? Then there's the entertainment quotient. Oh yeah, being entertaining is very important. A lot of groups want their MC to be a very entertaining speaker and entertainer. Unique abilities such as impressions, humor, all of those sorts of things, music, whatever you can bring. Those are your signature moves. That's what makes you awesome as the MC. Now, for example, why would someone like Ricky Gervais or Chris Rock make so much more money than a lesser known comedian? It's because they are so good at what they do and they've branded themselves well and they're very articulate. They also have great branding and reputation. In other words, on social media, you can work and put all of your materials on there and it's going to completely establish you in a new fee range. Your website, your YouTube channel, your videos, your social media. How does it look? When somebody checks you out, it had better be awesome. Do you have reviews and testimonials from past and current clients? Everyone wants to read the reviews. Think about when you buy something on Amazon, you're like, oh, I'm going to read the reviews first. Same thing when hiring an MC. Also, promote your publicity. That means media events or interviews you've done on TV, podcasts, other great things that you've done. Some of the best people to check out who do this well are the following: Jeff Savilico, Cassandra Worthy, Scott Bloom, John D. Domenico. Go check out those guys to learn more about how they've done it and raised their fees so high. Remember, there are event-specific factors, and in fact, depending on the size of the audience will often define the amount of budget that you can get from a client for your fee. Client budgets are very different between corporate and private events. I've done lots of both, and I've found that corporate events have more money for an MC than a private event normally would. And then remember, geographical locations matter. City to city, it depends on what the fee might be. So if you're in a rural area, that'll be a different fee than a metropolitan area. So how do you command these higher fees? Well, I've given you great examples so far, but let's talk about speaking. Improving your skills as a public speaker is so important, I can't stress it enough. Whether that means you need to join the NSA, National Speakers Association, or go to a chapter of Toastmasters in your area. Figuring out how to become a great motivational speaker, inspirational speaker, or just great communicator will advance your fee range quickly. The other thing I'd recommend is mentorship. Reach out to those people who are already succeeding in that which you want to become. Since you want to get to a new range in your fees as an MC, reach out to some of those people who are doing that. See if they're willing to mentor you and help. Building your brand is so essential. Consistently branding yourself, putting materials out that shows that you're a great MC is so helpful. Content creation also matters. Write blogs, be on podcasts. Do all that you can to get as many event opportunities out there. One of my friends, Jessica Pettit, she does this very well, if you want to look her up. Effective marketing also matters. And so when it comes to keeping your promise, you say that you're going to do something, you'd better do it. And so if you promise that you're going to be this level of MC, you'd better keep that promise. I love talking about promises because every MC I've ever seen has a different level of doing this. And it's all within them sharing their signature moves, which makes them uniquely who they are. Let's talk about client relations. Always keeping in touch with your customers, that's a very essential part of this. Making sure that they know you're available, that you're interested, and that you're willing to come and do something for them. And sometimes they don't even know they need an MC. They might have Bob from accounting doing it, and you could say, hey, let me step in, let me help for this event. And you can just offer your services up front to see what happens. Whether they have the fee or not, it gets you in the door. Here's what happens so much. If you start at $500 and you're a beginner and you kill it as an MC, guess what happens next? They need to have you for the next event. All you need to say is, hey, that was my fee then, this is my fee this year, and then you raise your fees and it continues that way. There have been clients that I have been the MC for over 10 years. They continued to move up with my fee range as I went along, never trying to rip them off, but it just in a way of providing greater value, and they knew that they needed me at the event in order to make it go great. I also want you to know that when it comes to client relations, as great as you are on stage, here's the secret weapon. Be even better off stage. That means you're great in front of the camera, you're great in front of the audience, but what about the way you treat everybody backstage? That's where event planners will fall in love with you. That's where they will say, we have to have this person as our MC all the time. You become integrated into the success of their business. They will continually help you raise your fees as you add value on and off stage. I know you have it in you to become a great MC. I know that you can get your fees to the highest level you possibly can imagine, and some of the greatest MCs in the world that are working right now have mentored directly with me. I love working with somebody who's so determined to make good on this and share their signature moves to keep the promise and become a great MC. If that's something you're aspiring to, I want to mentor you and work with you. It'd be awesome to hear from you if you're interested as well. So here's my email address. You ready? Yes, it's jason@jasonhewlett.com. Just put in the subject line, mentoring. I'm only looking for people that are actually serious about doing this, that want to keep the promise to themselves, because your voice is needed. I know you're an MC that's about to go to the top. I'd love to join you on that journey.